Hey, gaming community. Welcome back to another episode of Gaming Fun with Hoplite Evolved. My name is Eagle Eye.
And this is Noble. Welcome to the podcast.
Here we go, Noble. We're back at it with our favorite hot take of the week. So this week, I think we cooled off just a little bit. I don't know. Last week we had, 4 or 5 hot takes, bro? It was ridiculous. So this week, my hot take, okay, this one actually might be a little irritating to people. I believe that the Assassin's Creed games are better than the Elder Scrolls games.
You're just a hater on the Elder Scrolls.
I am not a fan. Not a fan.
Hater.
But I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. Anyway, I think Assassin's Creed storylines are great. I think the gameplay was great. It fit more my style. I think Elder Scrolls was good in a lot of senses, but I think Assassin's Creed was better done. Now, really modern Assassin's Creed games are solid, but they're not what I love about Assassin's Creed. Like, once they killed Desmond... Oops, spoiler, sorry. They killed Desmond, by the way. Spoiler alert. Once they killed him off, it kind of went downhill a little bit because you lose that dual storyline, right? You have your modern story and then your backstory. I love that part when they stopped the modern story near as much. I mean, they still have it, but nowhere near what they used to have it. So it's not as good anymore, in my opinion, but they're still solid games. But yeah, better than Elder Scrolls, bro. Better.
Yeah, I didn't know they got rid of like the past and the present kind of.
They still have the present, but it's nowhere near. You don't get the in-depth story, at least in the ones I've played recently. You don't come out just to feel that assassin story as much as you used to. It's more about the old past.
Right. Those were my favorite anyways.
Unless I'm wrong. Right. But unless I'm also wrong, and I could be wrong. Please, viewers, tell me if I'm wrong. But you just don't. You don't come out as much. So.
Yeah.
All right. Your hot take of the week.
All right, mine's also a little bit more mild. I'm taking it back a little bit.
Okay.
So going 007, huge franchise, love the franchise, love the movies, love the games.
Who's the best Bond?
Pierce Brosnan. That's another hot take for another time.
Oh, wait, we did talk about this. Sorry.
Sorry. No, you're good. I just love Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
With that being said, the video game 007 Nightfire is better than 007 GoldenEye. Sorry.
What?
Sorry. I know you're an avid fan.
What?
I know GoldenEye, was there to walk so Nightfire could run, that kind of conversation. But overall, the game's better. The story was better. I like the story. It was kind of like a take on the Moonraker thing, but it made it more serious.
No, bro.
Moonraker movie, but it made it more serious. It had Pierce Brosnan in it, although they didn't get his voice, so it was like some voice actor voicing him for some reason. I guess they couldn't pay him enough. But it was Pierce Brosnan's likeness, which of course I love that part. Right. And then even the multiplayer was a lot more fun, and you could do bots in there. And I would play the maps and everything. I played them with my brother. I had a lot of fun playing those games, and I played the campaign over and over and over, to the point where I would scratch my disc, and we probably bought 4 different copies of 007 Nightfire.
We had this conversation before we started recording, and we're just going to touch base here because it's the perfect time to talk about it. Everyone has had in their life been told some way to fix a disc that has been scratched, right? Especially video games. Mine was weird. I thought mine was weird until I heard his. Oh my God. So mine, the one I was told was you take some lotion and you rub it on the disc, and then you take a lighter and you go real quick and it burns into it and it makes it work. I don't know. I tried it a few times. It actually kind of worked, but please tell the viewers.
I never tried that one, and I did not know you used fire. That is not safe for kids. At least I was a kid. I
didn't say kids did it. I said that's what I was told works. To be fair, 90% of kids nowadays probably do digital and video. They don't matter. Anyway, tell the lovely viewers what your fix was.
It's probably a good thing they moved to digital too, because we did not take care of our video games. Like me and my brother trashed those things. We'd leave them upside down, like,
Yep.
and just like dust would collect on them. They were
Yep.
just exposed to the elements.
Yep.
If they fell on the ground, whatever.
Right.
But anyways, love the game so much. We tried to replay the game. It would get stuck at a certain point in the campaign. You couldn't play it. So we looked up somewhere. I forget how we looked up. I don't know if it was like at the birthplace of YouTube or whatever, but a banana. And you rubbed the banana on the CD or the DVD or whatever it is. The game. So I rubbed a banana on, like, I'm taking a bite out of it and rub it in like little circles around the disc. And then my mom bought us this little contraption. It was like a little wheel.
Yeah,
and
I
you
used
put
to have
the
one of
disc
those.
into it and you,
Yeah, I
like,
used to
spin
have
the
one of
wheel.
those.
So that wheel was covered in banana juice and banana just bits and pieces. So that's what I did.
Oh
And
my
lo and behold, it did not work.
No.
I don't know how it couldn't. There's probably mold in my PS2.
My favorite part is you take a bite of banana. Oh.
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't want to spend time to cut it. Although I did use butter knives to get the disc tray to open up. Did you ever do that?
Whew, no, I've never done that.
Man, we did some crazy stuff to our games back in the day.
Oh my
Me and my
god,
brother.
a banana. Of all the things, a banana.
I don't know where I found that. Maybe it was like some sort of like troll thing.
It had to have been
like,
a troll.
hey, some idiot like me is gonna fall for that.
It had to have been a troll. I had that disc turn crank thing too, and that actually worked. Yeah. That worked until you get it banana juiced all up.
Yeah, that's probably what did it. That's probably what made it not work after using that little crank thing.
That's hilarious. Okay, so moving from hot take of the week, games coming out this week. So everyone's going to fall in love with this one. Hogwarts Legacy has finally dropped on PS4 and Xbox One. Finally, woo! People can play it, right? And got to get some applause in there. All right, people aren't going to care about this one. EA Sports PGA Tour. Sorry. Dropped on all next-gen consoles and PC. So Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and PC. And then a new game came out called Meet Your Maker. It's on all consoles. It's like a robot-looking game. He looks like Yoshimitsu from Tekken. He's got swords and stuff on his back, and he's got a cap. I don't know. It looked kind of cool.
Be interesting.
Yeah, it looked kind of cool. I wonder if it's on the Game Pass, because if so, I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
But, all right, B, go ahead and tell the people what you've been playing this week.
All right, so I haven't really played a lot of video games. Pretty busy week, with work and everything. But me and Jarek did find time to go out in real life and play some games together.
IRL, bruh.
IRL games. So we went to this place called the Max, and they had like all this old school retro 80s, maybe early 90s, like arcade video games and things like that.
Yep.
So, we just had a blast there. We played, Skee Ball, the old arcade games. We played Mrs. Pac-Man, which we talked about in your last podcast, I believe.
We didn't play Tetris, though.
We didn't play what?
Tetris. We didn't play Tetris.
We didn't play Tetris. Yeah.
No, but
I beat your
Tekken. I beat your butt in Tekken, that's for sure.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm upset because I couldn't even win one match against this guy.
Oh, it was hilarious.
He I swear he was just button mashing.
I was not. I knew what I was doing.
No, he was very technical with it. I was button mashing. But what else did we play? There was like a Star Wars game that was like really cool.
Yeah. Galaga. Played
Galaga.
Galaga.
Played Galaga.
Played some kind of Simpsons hit and run game or something.
Simpsons game.
You played Street Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter. Sucked at that too.
Yeah.
But I had fun playing it.
Right.
I love those games.
We didn't play Donkey Kong. I thought that was the one game we were gonna. Oh, and we played pinball.
Pinball, yes. And then we also went to this other place called Rewind that had some like old school games as well, and then also like a bunch of PCs. It was almost like a esports internet cafe, so to speak.
It pretty much was.
Battleship.
Yeah, we played Battleship. I won again.
Games. Yeah, barely.
Barely.
I had one ship to go, and it was your littlest ship. Your littlest ship that I could not find.
Yeah. And then we got to play CSGO. First time I'd ever played CSGO. And God, I haven't played with a mouse and keyboard in forever.
Yeah, I was awful. Like you guys would be embarrassed for me.
I was
Secondhand
embarrassed.
embarrassment.
I was third hand embarrassed for both of us. I was awful. I
Yeah,
at least
nobody
knew
was
some
watching behind us.
techniques though because I watch Pro CS:GO.
Right. And I don't do either. I just play
Right.
casually if I do play the game.
Right. And then don't forget Fall Guys. We did play a little bit of Fall Guys.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
that
Yeah,
was
that's
fun.
still a party game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on top of everything he said, that's what he said because I played them all. I also played some Rainbow Six Siege, Res 4 Remake. Obviously, you gotta keep playing Res 4 Remake. And then my cousin and I have been playing Conan Exiles. I don't know if you've ever played that. It's kind of like Minecraft, just a little bit. You can have different animals and stuff as well. It's a little more graphics, so to speak. Pretty good game though. All right, bud. It's that time. It is time for us to get into weekly gas or trash. And we're going to start it with one of the games I think I already know what you're going to do. I got the button ready. Dead Space, gas or trash.
Gas.
knew
It's gas for sure. It's like
Yeah.
it's my favorite horror game. One of the only
Right.
like horror games that I had to stop playing because I did not want to go any further because I was gonna
Right.
get scared.
You were
and
done.
I knew it.
He was
Right.
like, "No, I'm done, dude. I ain't playing no more."
Yeah.
I
Like
love
as
it.
you guys probably already know, like sci-fi is like one of
Mhm.
my genres. I never really got into horror games until Dead Space 2.
Right.
So it's kind of my introduction into horror games, and I had a blast
Mhm.
playing it. The mechanics were like a little weird, but I loved like all the guns in there. And
Yeah.
once I figured out the mechanics and the movement and everything, like I had a blast. The
Absolutely.
story was pretty good. It was just a good time.
Yeah. I'm going to gas it as well. I got my butt kicked in this game, but it was a good game. It is definitely a good game. I do not remember the jump scares though because I couldn't get that far in the game. But I did watch a lot of people play this game, so I can relate to it as far as like watching most people play. But I did like the game in general. The little I did play, I gave up because it got too hard for me to get through certain things, and I was young. I was very young, so
Yeah,
I just was like, nah, screw it. I'm just gonna go play Call of Duty.
fair enough.
So, all right, bud. Next game, Assassin's Creed 3 with Connor and the American Revolution.
This one's also gas.
Yeah, that's
Now, it
what I
may
like
not
to hear.
be, yeah, it may not be my like favorite in the series, but it's definitely up there for me. The ones that I played. Of course, being from America, I'm gonna be biased. I love like that era. Like it was really cool to see.
Right.
So like Native American and American
Yep.
Revolution, that was really cool.
George Washington.
Um,
Yeah.
right. Was that still with Desmond in
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. He was still in that
Yeah.
one. Mm.
Still part of that like Desmond area for storyline, I guess.
Yep.
But I had a good time. It was a great campaign.
Absolutely. I also am going to gas it. I mean, that's obvious for me. I love Assassin's Creed. I actually have the tomahawk in my closet for this game.
No.
Yeah, dude, I do. It's awesome.
Yeah, man.
It's awesome. Love the game. It was a great playthrough. We're actually going to talk more about this, so I don't want to get too far into depth. Definitely give this game a good review. And it is definitely a gas for me. So, next on the list, Battlefield Bad Company.
I'm gonna go gas here as well.
I like it. I like it. Why do you gas it?
Yeah, back in the day, like this was like one of my first Battlefield games that I actually like played.
Yeah.
And the campaign was enjoyable. It was
Yes.
different.
I loved
Like
it.
a bunch of like literally like bad guys that were serving. Like I thought that was like a cool aspect.
Yep.
I guess it's kind of like Suicide Squad and that stuff now.
Yep.
But,
Right.
I had a good time playing it. Me and my brother, played that game. A lot of fun in the campaign. That's the only part I really remember. I don't remember much multiplayer though.
Multiplayer was eh. I am also going to gas it. This is actually my favorite Battlefield game ever. Favorite one ever. You could destroy buildings and stuff. This is one of the first ones they included that. Loved the campaign. Absolutely loved it. It was hilarious playing through the campaign. I still remember to this day. The guy goes, well, if we keep up at this rate, the war is going to be over. And one of the other characters goes, you wash your mouth out with soap. It's an epic game. And then they find out that there's gold on over yonder, and that guy runs out with his shotgun ready to go, like, oh, there's gold, I'm going to get it.
Right.
It was, I love this game. Absolutely love it. Story was great. Playthrough was great. It felt good. It was different because you could blow up buildings and stuff as well. Overall, I don't think many bad things about this game. This one was a good one for me, absolutely.
That's good.
All right, next is Dead Island.
Going back and forth, I'm gonna have to go trash.
Ooh, first trash. All right, tell me why.
Well, first off, because I had to hear the sound effect.
Okay, go figure. You're too many gases. You got to hear the trash, man.
Right. We have to have at least one in here. So I remember playing this with my brother and like seeing like the trailers going up into it. Like the trailer going up into it was super memorable for me and my brother.
Absolutely.
We would play it like over and over. I don't know if you remember that trailer, but it was one of the.
I
trailers
remember
where, like,
seeing it and going, "Oh my god, this game's going to be awesome."
Yeah, that trailer was, their marketing team for that was on point.
On point, like Halo 5.
Yes.
Go for it.
But yeah, it was a good game overall. But
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's funner like zombie games out there,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wasn't interested, and I never like finished it and completed it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if I gave it a second chance, maybe it would sway like my decision. But right now, like I'm just gonna go trash just for the simple fact it couldn't keep me
Entertained enough.
entertained. Yeah.
I am also going trash. And pretty much the same reason. I thought this game was going to... Yeah, of course, you're dying over there because we're making the noise.
Sorry.
I thought this game was going to be the game. Like, I thought it was top dog, going to be the best zombie game ever. And it did not meet expectations for me. It was a good game. I would give it probably a 5. I would play it,
solid.
but it's not that great. I thought it was okay, but it couldn't with you. It couldn't keep my attention.
Yeah.
Even the different weapons they threw in there, the only reason I think I beat it was because I felt obligated to beat it. That was it. Otherwise, I was just like, I don't care. Just not one of those. All right, last game on the list. We actually played it at the arcade. Galaga.
Yes.
I was gonna punch you through this if you didn't say that. I was gonna come at you, bro. Like, it was
Sorry,
gonna be
man.
bad.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go gas. Like for its time, like that's one of the more funner ones that I like to play. Of course, you know
Yeah.
the sci-fi aspect is in there.
Yep.
You know, I'm killing those enemies, and the fact that you can like partner up your ships and shoot double.
I actually didn't
And
know.
all that
He
stuff.
showed me that this weekend. I did not know you could do that.
Yeah, where like that big bug captures
Yeah.
your ship, and then you got to shoot it down.
Right.
I had a lot of fun playing that game. Am I good at it? No. Did I,
I
play
think
it for very long? No.
I
But
think-
I mean, for the game of like that time, that's one of the main games that I like.
Didn't we both get to like level 3 and die?
Yeah, something like
We
that.
didn't
It was,
get far
it was
at
very
all.
sad, guys. It was sad.
Although I will say that the button couldn't keep up with me. I was hammering that button and it just wouldn't shoot.
Yeah, yeah, you sure were. Like you would have got every single one of them if you could. Man,
I am also going to gas it. Galaga is one of my favorite arcade games. One of the top ones, in my opinion. Love Galaga. I'm not very good at it, but I'm sure if I were to play it a lot, I could get good at it. It's just one that I enjoy going to once in a while, getting a good feel for it, and then just letting it go. You know, it's not something I want to sit there and just, grind to be the best.
sorry.
Yeah, we don't care. It's just there to have fun with, man. But it's a good game. All right, our weekly game review this week, we're going to stick to a theme with Assassin's Creed, and we're going to go Assassin's Creed 3 since we talked about it. I will start this one because I think I deserve to start this one.
Absolutely, take it away.
All right, so Assassin's Creed 3 for me was an 8 out of 10. Definitely. I would rate it very high. I love the game. I love the era. I love the gameplay that they did. I think this one is the one they introduced hunting in so that you could hunt and kill animals and get fur and get meat and that kind of thing. I loved the entire story of this game, how he was the son of a Templar and then also had to be in the revolution and learn from an old assassin. And I loved it. I loved every bit of this game. Absolutely. Like I said, I got the tomahawk in my room. And gameplay was good. I felt like it wasn't like clunky. There were some things that it wasn't 100% smooth, but it was still solid, especially for the timeline that it was in. Like if they were to remake it now, obviously the gameplay would be better. It would be smoother, but for what it was when it dropped, it was great. So storyline was great, gameplay was great. I don't know. I don't have anything bad to say. Maybe that there wasn't a multiplayer that I remember because I only played the game. But even then, I love the game for what it is, not for the multiplayer. So,
Right.
absolutely, this gets a fantastic 8 out of 10 for me. I don't even know. Is there any reason I don't give it a 10 out of 10? Probably just because I like
Maybe
other
a
ones better.
Assassin's Creed out there.
Because there's other Assassin's Creeds I like better.
Yeah.
All right, bud.
That's my take.
What do you think?
So I'm pretty close to you. I'm at a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5.
So,
All right.
so pretty close. I did enjoy the campaign a lot. Which is like to your point, that's exactly why you play Assassin's Creed as a campaign.
Absolutely.
I don't think I played in any kind of multiplayer for Assassin's Creed, so I'm sure it's fun. But like whenever I'm playing Assassin's Creed, it's for the campaign.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But yeah, the story was really good. The character you were pretty invested in.
Yes.
Although Connor was kind of a whiny baby at first, if I remember.
He was at first, yeah.
Um,
But you find out why.
But he grows on you. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And he grows on you, and like his character develops over time, which is great. And it's still part of like that Desmond storyline too, which makes it like more interesting because you got more than just Connor to worry about. You got like that whole, yeah. Let me see. And one thing that I didn't think they would execute well was like the trees and stuff. I was like, how are they going to like make like the climbing and stuff fun with like all the trees? But they executed it very well.
Yep.
I remember being pleasantly surprised that I was having fun, just as much fun out in like the wooded areas I would like in like the towns and the squares and things like that.
Absolutely.
But the only reason I don't rank it any higher is because I feel like there's a few other Assassin's Creed games that are just a tad bit better with like the story and everything.
Yeah.
But it's a very good game. I love this game.
Absolutely. All right, so gaming topic of the week. We kind of touch base on this first one, bud. But it was actually brought to my attention by a guy at work. His name is Aaron, so I'm giving Aaron credit if he listens to this. How do you think the knowledge of blowing into a game cartridge to fix it spread to everyone in the world or in the U.S. if this all came out before Google?
Right, yeah, before the internet.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first on this one. I have like one idea basically.
The only idea I have is that word of mouth spreads very quickly. That you go somewhere and you buy a game and you start talking to everyone looking at the game going, well, yeah, I had to fix my game. I had to blow in it to fix it and it worked. And then all of a sudden, it starts spreading as people move away and things. That's all I got. That's the only answer I have.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the same as mine. Like I feel like more friends and like more groups of people played back then because you had like in the NES you had 4 different controller slots, right?
Yes.
Or was it just 2?
No, it was 4. I'm pretty sure NES was Super Nintendo was 4. I don't remember the original NES. I will have to look into that one.
Well, either way, whenever I'm thinking of cartridges, I'm thinking of NES, but I forget also N64 had the cartridges.
That's the one I think of as N64, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if there's like an ad campaign or like somewhere in like the manual to read that. I doubt it.
Maybe they released a magazine.
The word of mouth, the word of mouth from friends, or maybe it's just like your natural. Maybe it's a natural instinct to go and blow in there.
It
like
could be.
For me, I'd be like looking in there, like what's going on. Like, let me get the dust out.
Maybe there's dust, right?
That's what they're thinking. I have no idea.
The other thing
go ahead.
The other thing I had suggested was maybe it was a magazine article and people had to go to the library to read it for free.
Oh, Lord.
Because you used to be able to go to the library to read magazines.
I don't think I've ever been to a library.
I think most young people right now are just going, what is a library?
Yeah, what is this?
What is this?
That's a great topic to bring up. Like,
absolutely.
Before the internet, how does stuff spread like wildfire?
Yeah, right.
Because I feel like everybody back then did that.
Exactly. All right, and then because that was kind of a fun, quirky one, we're gonna do one more, and it's modern comparatively. What do you like about modern video games? You first.
Mm. There- There's a lot I could say to like hate on them, but some of the things that I like
Yeah.
is the graphics definitely.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
I would like to say storytelling, but it's kind of like hit or miss, and like the budget things
You,
are hit or miss.
I would say
I'm
you
pretty
can add
pessimistic.
more story into modern because there's more capacity.
More capacity in the games too.
Yes.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Okay. Well, I'll take it. What I love about modern video games, first is and foremost, is the graphics. The 4K graphics when playing an RPG, you feel more immersed into it, right? You feel like you are that character. I love that aspect of it, but I also love this story, which I just mentioned, because there's more capacity on the game to add in bigger maps, bigger
DLC.
storylines, DLC, all of that stuff. The maps becoming bigger has also
Hmm.
helped, because you could have an entire United States or China or Russia, whoever, wherever. You can have an entire Middle Earth. You could probably have an entire Middle Earth game on here now. The capacity to do all of these different things is fantastic, and that's what I love about modern video games. The ability to go so in depth and work with these characters and develop them and create a universe. That's what I love.
Yeah, and while you were talking, I was thinking of another one too.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the United States and everything,
Yeah.
also like cross-platform. That's something I
Yes.
think I take for granted a little bit because
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, like you were either Xbox,
Yep.
PlayStation,
Yep.
maybe Nintendo. You had some friends that played Nintendo.
Yeah.
But it was like either like Sony or Xbox. Like
Yep.
which one are you? And you literally have to decide
Yep.
what console you're going to get from what your friends were going to get.
Yep.
Now, for the most part, a lot of games you can play together no matter what. PC, Xbox, PlayStation.
Right, but most people complain that PC gamers have the advantage, but PC gamers will tell you that console players have the advantage because of control assist or aim assist. Sorry,
There's pros and cons to both.
there is.
Who
I can tell
knows?
you, playing on CS:GO, I'm better on the sticks, and I suck on
Yeah,
the sticks.
yeah. I think I'd be terrible either way,
Right,
but even more so with M and K.
right. So anyway, just some fun gaming topics. All right, so we're gonna do our lore episode for the month. Okay, and sticking with the theme of this podcast episode, we're gonna do lore from Assassin's Creed 3, and I'm just gonna say a few different things, and you can kind of give me your input on them. Okay, so about Connor from Assassin's Creed 3. In 1760, while he was still a young child, he was assaulted by Charles Lee and other colonial Templars seeking the first civilization temple, which Connor's tribe, were protecting. And he lost his mother shortly thereafter when it was burned down by either the Templars or the forces of George Washington, as his father later alleged, because his father was a Templar, right? So, kind of a little bit of backstory on Connor to give you going a little bit, right? Okay, so another thing was when he was 13, he finally gained some answers from, I cannot pronounce his name, Oaya Near, the clan mentor of the village, who met with him in private to explain. Because she didn't want to tell him just out in the open, right? She wanted to get with him and explain it to him the way you should, as a leader to a follower. We experience this all the time. She showed, I can't say his actual name, so I'm going to say Connor. She showed Connor a crystal ball, told him that their people had been tasked with guarding a secret to their land, and it turns out it was a piece of Eden. So upon holding the piece of Eden, he ended up getting to talk to Juno, and he was brought into the Nexus. And Juno led him on a spiritual journey of some sort and gave him the form of an eagle, which is, you see the eagle throughout a lot of the Assassin's Creed games, especially Assassin's Creed Origin. And she led him through a foggy landscape, right? So the other thing I want to talk about a little bit of lore is Achilles. Do you remember Achilles by chance?
Like the Greek mythologies.
No, but Achilles was the old assassin that trained Connor. Forgot all about him too, didn't you? I did too. Yep, right over here. So Achilles was born in 1710 in the Caribbean, however you want to say it. He was recruited into the Brotherhood in the mid 1730s and was trained as a student of Tabai. I have no idea how to say that either. I am terribly sorry. I'm bad with the names. Mentor of the West Indies Brotherhood. During his training, he was described by another name, Rona Dinsmore, as a serious child. It was also the period during which Achilles met Adewale, who I think I actually got that one, whom he came to view as a great inspirational figure. Right, and in 1740, Tabai made the decision to send Achilles to the 13 colonies in order to establish a new brotherhood in North America. Yes, that's what we wanted, right? Upon arriving in the colonies, Achilles was surprised to discover that he wasn't the first assassin there, which I actually didn't know. The first assassin there was John de la Tour, who he had learned was there working under the direct command of the Assassins' Brotherhood in France. And then the last thing I have is John de la Tour informed Achilles of his intention to create a network of information that would help to identify any threats aimed towards the colonies, either by the Templars or those of the first civilization, right? So, and then Achilles deduced that the Templars would certainly turn their attention towards the colonies, given the opportunity. So Achilles and John started working together to create the Brotherhood to prevent any disturbances. It's kind of what the assassins were meant to do. But Achilles didn't hold John into a high regard. He started calling him an arrogant, not nice word that I'm not going to say because we're trying to keep it PG. So, just a little bit of backstory about Achilles and a little bit about Connor. Everything else I read about Connor was just what you get in the game. So I didn't want to throw that on here. I did think some of this story about Achilles was kind of fun to learn about because he came from the Caribbean, and he moved over into America to try to start the Brotherhood. Things went awry. He ended up losing a ton of things. He's the reason Shay left the Brotherhood, which I believe is Rogue. Actually, I haven't played Rogue. I think that's the one Assassin's Creed I haven't played yet. And then from there, you get more into the story and more what you can play. But it's fun to see the originating portion of how Connor learned through Achilles, who learned through everyone else. So just kind of a fun little aspect.
All right.
So do you have anything else for the viewers?
On Gas or Trash, was this the first episode where we matched on everything?
Oh, that's a good point. I actually think you're accurate on that. I think this is the first episode we did.
We didn't fight on Gas or Trash, which is like unprecedented for us.
That's not okay. We have to fight on something. No, I'm going to play
I think we'll fight over something on the next
We'll fight over, right?
And then we're
GTA 5.
Fighting from the last episode.
Right. We're still fighting about GTA 5 too. Don't worry. All right. Well, don't use any bananas on your discs. We found out it doesn't work. Okay. Please do not do that. All right, gaming community. I hope you guys had fun. We definitely had a lot of fun here tonight with you. If you think of anything, hit us up on any of our social medias. We're on there all the time. TikTok, wow. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We're posting on there daily pretty much. And then come join us on the weekend. We try to stream on the weekend because I'm off, and he usually can play on Friday night, Saturday night, something like that. So feel free to come join us, and anytime you want to reach out to us, hit us up on any of the social medias. But until next time, gaming community, keep gaming and keep having fun.